What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of What's Spinning. In this edition of What's Spinning, I'm going to be talking about banned or alternative album covers. Banned because someone didn't like it, someone was offended, some store wouldn't carry it, whatever. There's always a reason. And yeah, some of these are pretty offensive, so you know, be prepared. So first of all, I'm going to start off with a couple ones that you know, I never could figure out what was so offensive about them. This first one is a Mexican death metal band called Lament, and the album is called Tears of a Leper. And the artwork is kind of dark, so hopefully you can see it pretty well in here. But it's basically got a leper in front of a fire, drawn by Troy. It's not even, it's a drawing. It's done by Troy Dunmeyer. Fantastic cover art drawing. But for whatever reason, stores wouldn't carry the record, especially because this band is considered a Christian band, and the Christian stores didn't like it. It was offensive. Whatever. It's a cartoon drawing of a leper in front of a fire, and you know the Bible talks about leprosy and all those things that were happening during biblical times. Yet somehow it's offensive. In any case, they had an alternate cover, and this was the alternate cover. And the way this was released on Row Productions, and the way they got away with it was. They put two covers on it. So depending on which place they were shipping to would depend which cover went out on it. So there you go. So to avoid it actually getting banned and to avoid the issue, they released the album with two covers that either one of them can be shown in the jewel case. So there you go. That one was never released on vinyl, only on CD. This next album was released on vinyl. I should have grabbed the vinyl, but I grabbed the CD. Doesn't matter. This is the original cover for Mortification's first self-titled album. And as you can see, it's a drawing done by drummer Jason Sherlock of the Lake of Fire and souls going into the Lake of Fire, you know, and these, you know, skull-looking creatures all in the fire. It's kind of hard to see, but there's these hands that are pulling the people into the fire, and you know, it's a description of, you know, someone's visual description of what hell might be. And for whatever reason, again, Christian stores wouldn't carry it because it was considered offensive. Again, I don't understand why when it's a, you know, a visual of a biblical idea. So the alternative cover was this, which was just the Mortification logo on black. And for whatever reason, this cover ended up becoming rarer than this cover. This one obviously sold better. It's a better cover. It works better for the style of music. This is a death metal album. It's a death metal cover. So there you go. All right, this next one is one of my favorite artists, and now we're going to start getting into some of the more offensive covers. This cover was never even released. The original cover was only released very limited quantities, and you had to buy it directly through Ted Nugent's band site. But this is Love Grenade, and that is the original cover there with a female on a plate, gagged with a grenade in her mouth. Yeah, I mean, I can understand why, you know, people would be offended by that. So the alternate cover that was released, and the one that's most common for this album, is this. And so yeah, I mean, I can understand why, you know, women would be offended by that cover. It's obviously purposely made that way to be offensive, but that's pretty much what Ted Nugent does. You know, he doesn't care. He's, you know, a loud mouth, and he likes to be offensive. So there you go, Ted Nugent, Love Grenade, original cover, and then the cover that was more mainstream that everybody's seen. This next one is highly offensive, highly offensive because it's racist. Racist against demons, I suppose. It's just Stripers to hell with the devil. And this cover was banned. Why? I never could understand why. Some people said because it was a pentagram over here. So what? The pentagram is actually a perspective thing flying off of this demon-like creature that is being cast into a pit of fire, or I don't know if he's being cast in or they're trying to save him from the pit of fire. One of the two things. Regardless, the album was banned, and this was the replacement cover for it. I don't know. You know, it's actually not that bad. It's, you know, it's simple, but it works. But obviously, I prefer the original cover to the band cover. So there you go, Racism Against Demons. Just keeping with the Striper one, this is one of their comeback albums. This is Reborn. Now, I'm not sure if this one was actually considered offensive, or it was recalled, or you know, that kind of thing. But it was released with 2 different covers. I haven't seen the full reason why, but I have read that some stores wouldn't carry this cover because they considered it gross or whatever. And I don't know. It's just a picture of the guys covered in some kind of green, yellow slime. Whatever. It's kind of a visual depiction of being reborn, I guess. I thought it was kind of interesting. But the cover that ended up replacing it, I don't have it on vinyl, I have it on CD. This is the replacement cover with the standard Striper logo and some yellow hands and the words Reborn. Yeah, I really don't understand, again, what's so offensive about this cover. Is it gross? Maybe, I don't know, it doesn't really bother me, but I guess I can see why it could bother some people. Alright, next up, spoiler alert, this one shows a male appendage. This cover was banned and was repressed with a different cover. Slightly altered cover, I should say. This is Alice Cooper's Love It to Death. And the offensive appendage is right there. Looks like it could be a penis. It's not. It's clearly a thumb. I don't know how well you can see on the camera, but that's what it is. It's Alice's thumb holding a robe that he's wearing shut. That's about what it is. But for whatever reason, some people thought it was a penis. Some people were offended by it. So they photoshopped it. Well, they didn't photoshop them, but they blacked out the offending thumb. So there you go. Another band cover, original, and the band cover. And as well, they added, it includes the hit I'm 18, because by that time, the song was a huge hit for the band. Okay, next one shows a female. So cover your eyes if you're ashamed, but we're going to show you Scorpions in Trance. And this is the original cover. And if you look very closely, way back there in the dark, right in this area right here, there is a little portion of a breast. And apparently that was offensive to some people, and they put the album cover out, kind of like the Alice Cooper cover I just showed, and they blacked out the offending boob. So there you go. Original cover, repressing cover, or US cover, it depends on what country you were in. So there you go. So far we've had an offending thumb and an offending boob. So the next one we're going to show is an offending butt. And I don't have the repressing cover, I only have the original cover on this one. So this is Roger Waters' Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking, and obviously people were offended by a butt. So there you go. The cover they put out in place of that one had a black bar over the offending butt. So there you go. Roger Waters' Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking, a band album cover. Bad butt. Okay. Now this next one, I definitely can understand why. And this is going to be the last one I show for this edition of What's Spinning. This next one I can understand why it was banned. And so we saw what? A boob, a butt, and now a front of a woman. And I'm going to show you the alternate cover first, and then you'll probably understand why the other one was banned. And I don't know that I can actually show that one on camera, so I probably won't. But here's the band cover for Uncle Sam, Heaven or Hollywood. Now, what you have here is a woman wearing a pair of underpants and a razor. In the original cover, which came out in 1987 or so, in Rochester, New York, on a small indie label out there, the woman wasn't wearing the underwear. Matter of fact, this is a completely different picture, although it's almost identical to the original picture. Yeah, she was not wearing a pair of underwear, and in her area here was hair, and obviously they had the razor, which was suggestive, and you know, that's why you couldn't show it. But I do have the original album here, and of course I can't show you the cover. Well, I guess I can show you the cover. Ready? Here we go. There you go. I can't show that on video. Give me a break. So yeah, another one, Uncle Sam, Heaven or Hollywood. So there you go. And I wanted to say that this edition of What's Spinning is dedicated to and was inspired by 777 Metal Ron 777, who is having a 100 subscribers contest on his channel, and he asks people to show, you know, band covers. And he asked to be tasteful. I'm not sure how tasteful those were, but those are the ones that I could think of to do this video. So there you go. Check out Metal Ron's channel. I will leave a link below. And Metal Ron is new to the vinyl community, so but he shows a lot. So and he's new to buying vinyl too. So he shows a lot of classic stuff that, you know, a lot of people start showing all this rare stuff because that's what they're into. But he shows a lot more common stuff, so you can talk about the stuff you don't, you know, Uriah Heep and Black Sabbath and Res Band and Petra and stuff like that, which a lot of people don't actually show on their channels anymore because they're too busy, you know, showing off of their rare vinyl. So anyhow, check out Ron's channel, Metal Ron 777, Metal Ron 777, and that's it for this. And that's it for this edition of What's Spinning. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, thumbs up. Please subscribe. All right. God bless. Stay strong.